Just a few blocks down the street from the state capitol in Indiana, it's Lucas Oil Stadium, downtown Indianapolis, the home of the Colts. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. Right to the air from the 30 on the first play. Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Looking at that play, Mike, there's really no fault on the offense there. That's just an incredible read defensively from the get-go. This is a short, safer pass. They've talked all week. Let's get an early completion, settle in our quarterback. And what happens? The defender steps in front. He's able to make the pick. And that is the fast start this defense was hoping and talking about all week.
A first down throw for Nix. That's complete to Coleman. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Here's a third down and 4. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And he puts his head down and he picks up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll run here with the rookie. And he'll be taken down. A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's first and goal. Back to throw is Nix. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
Now after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
First down was not very good. Here's second and goal. Throwing is Nix. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. Oh, he gets it right back. And he's in. Touchdown, Titans. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The PAT, up and good. And the Titans will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Come on, set. Check up.
On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now they'll set up to throw. Back deep for Olave. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That'll be returnable from the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. Back to the sideline and intercepted.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Go.
Back to the air once more on second down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. First down, Indianapolis.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Throwing now from the gun. First down throw there is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
First catch in this one for Olave. And it gives his guys a first down.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes. All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Unlock Lion, unlock Lion. 70 Timberwolf.
Give up the middle to Taylor. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2.
Ready. Hot, hot.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Colts are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. So after 1, it's the Titans out to the early lead. They put Woods in motion. On the toss, they'll run. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Nix. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Here's Nix to throw. That one on target to Moore. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here we go. Set.
2nd and 11. Now Nick's going to look to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Moore going in motion. To throw is Nix. He's got his man. That's Coleman. They pick up 17 through the air. 1st down for Tennessee. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw. It's Nix. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nick Cross. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Ready?
Pitts is the man in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left. And for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. Oh, boy, they got to be careful there. That was dangerously close to a safety and 2 points for the defense, but they do get it at the 1.
Well, not a great start to this drive offensively. You take the sack on first down, and you're thinking, all right, let's go to the ground game. Let's pick up some of the lost yardage. But then you take a loss again, and now it sets up third and real long, and you find yourself in a tough spot.
From his end zone, he'll throw it on 3rd and long. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Off the play fake, here's Nix. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
It is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Looking downfield for Coleman. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20.
Here we go. 60 Maverick.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That'll be caught by McLeod. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can...
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Warrior 70. Go.
He'll look to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
Bring it. Here we go, sack.
He'll drop to throw. Throw right side to Olave.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Okay, ready?
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
18 Rattler. Check out.
They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on fourth and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
Here's a run going left, and he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
On second down, it's Nix. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And the Titans are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Bo Nix. Touchdown, Tennessee.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
The extra point is good. And the Titans extend their advantage to 14-3. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10.
Smash, smash. 19, Pioneer. Mustang 19. Hup.
They'll look to throw. This throw pulled in by Pitts. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
On the set.
3rd and long. The play clock down to 0, and this not the best of sequences. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So you have to imagine this offense goes in at halftime. They're feeling pretty good about the position they are, especially knowing they possess the ball coming out for the 2nd half. You want to put together a great drive and add to the lead. No time to be conservative, no time to just sit on this ball and punt. You want to keep the pressure on the defense and score every time you get it.
Oh, how about the coverage there? Met and dropped before he can get a return going.
On the double.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Reload. Reload. Go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Play action now. It's Nix. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. A pickup there of 13. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Here we go. Set.
Now a handoff running right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
The extra point is good. And the Titans move out to a 21-3 advantage. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 3. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Set up. Hut, hut.
Now they'll set up to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
We see this time and time again in the NFL, Mike. You want to play quarterback at this level, you better figure out a way to be able to bounce back following a bad throw, a bad series, a bad game. And in this case, he's got to bounce back from a pick on the last drive, and he's got to find himself some easy completions and settle himself back into this one.
He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, It just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL, and if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession, and that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on fourth down, give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead, but it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop, and that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Ready.
2nd and 7.
Let's go now.
They put Woods in motion. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
Come on. Set. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to roll now, and defensively, they need to stop. They cannot let this lead get any larger. They've got to hold them to 3 if they're going to have any chance of finding themselves back in this game.
Here's a run. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing. Nix. Quick throw. Taken in. And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. From back at the 5. Here now 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Trap 60.
Moore going in motion. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Cut 19.
Moore going in motion. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. A nice run there, bringing it down to the 2, and decision time. 4th and goal.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Kyle Shanahan now will turn to his field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. His kick is good. And the Titans add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go, sack. Check.
He's got his target. That's Pitts. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. The throw on the run is complete. 1st and 10.
Cowboy 19 Lion. Take go.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Shot alert. Ready.
They'll look to throw yet again. This is caught at the 2. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. They'll run here with Taylor. Powering forward. He's in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Colts. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The extra point is up and through. And the Colts are able to edge a bit closer. So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. He's to midfield.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Ready. Set.
From the gun, here's a handoff, and he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Back 60. Ready.
2nd down. Nix. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Ready?
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll let one go down the middle. And that is incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Low. Warrior 70.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now, faking the give. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Throw right side to Olave. 14 yards on that pass play there. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Mustang 19. 79 Bronco. Set go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's going to have a Colts first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Got it. Ready? Set up. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready, ready?
They'll drop to throw. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
A 1-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
All right, good effort, just doesn't work out, but it's not over. Remember, they still got 2 timeouts in their back pocket. They've got to use them quickly. They've got to get 3 stops, force a punt, and see what happens when the offense gets the ball.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. A tight end in motion now. On 2nd down, they'll run. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Oh, do you believe it? It's intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Indy. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Moore going in motion. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as the tackle's made at about the 5-yard line. The defense still with all three timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down 2 and E.